Welcome to JSIS Matriculation School Talavadi Social Class. Today I go to explain you 8th standard history lesson number 4 People's Revolt. In the past class I explained early revolts of South India. In that Puliteva explained. Now we are going to explain you Veerapandya Kattabomman. The ancestors of Kattabomman. I will give you the picture of the right side of your hero, Veerapandya Kattabomman picture. And the ancestor of Kattabomman belonged to Andhra. They migrated to Tamil country during the 11th century. As a feudatory under Pandya, Jagaveera Pandya Kattabomman ruled Veerapandyapuram. Panchalankuruchi was its capital. He later became the Poliga during the rule of Nayakas. He was succeeded by his son Veerapandya Kattabomman. His wife was Jakkammal and his brother were Umatturai and Sevantayya. Next, we are going to see the Veerapandya Kattabomman's different struggles of Britishers and Nawabs. First, we are going to learn about Nawab of Orkut. After the decline of the Vijayanagara Empire, the Mughals established their supremacy in the south. The Nawabs acted as their representatives in Karnataka. Panchalankuruchi Palayam was acted as ally to the Nawab of Orkut. Hence, it paid tribute to Nawabs. But in 1792, the political condition had completely changed. Based on the Carnatic Treaty of 1792, the company gained to the right to collect taxes from Panchala Kuruchi. The collection of tribute was the main causes for the rivalry between the English and Kattabomman. Next, we are going to learn about Kattabomman meet Jackson. In 1798, Colin Jackson was the collector of Ramanathapuram, wrote the letters to Kattabomman asking him to pay the tribute arrears. But Kattabomman replied that he was not in a position to remit the tribute due to the famine in the country. Colin Jackson got angry and decided to send an expedition to punish Kattabomman. However, the Madras government directed the collector to summon to Palekarar at Ramanathapuram and hold a discussions. In 1798, Kattabomman and his minister Siva Subramanian meet the collector at Ramanathapuram. Upon a verification of accounts, Colin Jackson was convinced that Kattabomman had cleared most of the arrear, leaving only 1080 pagodas as balance. During this interview, Kattabomman and his minister Siva Subramaniam had to stand before the arrogant collector for 3 hours. The arrogant collector insulted them and tried to arrest Kattabomman and his minister. Kattabomman tried to escape with his minister. Humatturai suddenly entered the fort with his men and helped the escape to Kattabomman. But unfortunately, Siva Subramaniam was taken as prisoner. Next, we are going to learn about Edward Clive and Kattabomman. After his return to Panchalakuruchi, Kattabomman wrote a letter to the Madras Council narrating the behavior of the collector Colin Jackson. Edward Clive, the governor of Madras Council, ordered Kattabomman to surrender. Madras Council directed Kattabomman to appear before a committee. Meanwhile, Edward Clive dismissed the collector from his misbehavior and released Siva Subramania. Kattabomman appeared before the committee and found Kattabomman was not guilty. S.R. Lissington was appointed collector in the place of Colin Jackson, who was eventually dismissed from service. Next, we are going to learn about the Confederacy of Palyakaras. During that time, Marudu Pandian was Sivaganga formed the South Indian Confederacy of rebels against the Britishers, along with the neighboring Palyakaras. This confederacy declared a proclamation which came into be known as Tiruchirampalli Proclamation. Kattabomman was interested in this confederacy. He tried to establish influence over Sivagiri, who refused to join with alliance of the rebels. Kattabomman advanced towards Sivagiri, but the Palyakars of Sivagiri was a tributary to the company. So the company considered the expeditions of Kattabomman as a challenge to their authority. So the company ordered the army to march to Panchala Kuruchi. Next, fall of Panchalan Kuruchi. Major Bannerman moved his army to Panchalan Kuruchi on 5th September. They cut off all the communication to the fort in a clash at Kalarapatti. Siva Subramaniam was taken as prisoner. Kattabomman escaped to Pudukottai. Vijaya Raghunatha Tondaiman, Raja of Pudukottai, captured Kattabomman from the jungles of Kalapur and handed over to company. After the fall of Panchalakuruchi, Bannerman brought the prisoner to an assembly of the Palyakarar and after trial sentenced them to death. Siva Subramania was executed at Nagamallapuram. On the 16th October, Veerapandya Kattabomman was tried before an assembly of Palyakarar, summoned at Kayathar. On 17th October 1799, Kattabomman was hanged at Kayathar. Kattabomman's heroic deeds were the subject of many folk ballads which kept his memory alive among the people.